This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. 2 killed in Manchester crash. 2 men were killed in a crash on the Content-Mean Road near Williamsfield in the south-central parish on Sunday. Police named the deceased as a 25-year-old Adrian Knight and the 35-year-old Bernard West, both of Cumberland District in Clarendon. A police report said about 9 p.m. the men were traveling on a motorcycle when it collided with a white Toyota Fielder motor car which was heading in the opposite direction. The men were taken to the hospital where Knight was pronounced dead. West succumbed to his injuries on Monday. This follows last Tuesday's crash on the Spurtree Hill to Gutters main road, which claimed the lives of 21-year-old Nevardo Brown and the 25-year-old Omar Hewitt. A Mark X motor car, which police said had overtaken a bus, hit Brown and Hewitt from a motorcycle. Police find 3 rifles, 4 handguns at Montego Bay wharf. Lawmen assigned to the St. James Police Division were kept busy at the Montego Bay seaboard on Monday evening as they seized some 7 firearms and multiple rounds of ammunition. According to the news source, the guns were detected during a routine inspection by members of the Jamaica Customs Agency and the police. So far, the news learned 4 handguns, 3 high-powered rifles, 9 magazines, and 3 rounds of ammunition have been seized. They were found hidden and dismantled inside 3 television sets, another well-placed source revealed. The police are investigating. Additional information to come. Portland police named 2 persons of interest. Detectives assigned to the Portland Police Division have listed 2 men as persons of interest in a recent murder and wounding with intent that took place on Ority Lane in Buff Bay, Portland on Wednesday, February 23. They are Roy J. Chamberlain, otherwise called Mad Sus, of Crooked River and Montego Bay in St. Mary, and a man known only as Oshin, otherwise called Q, of Olympic Way, Kingston 11. Both men are urged to immediately turn themselves into the police. Meanwhile, anyone knowing their whereabouts is being asked to contact the Buff Bay Police at 876-809-1219, 876-996-1497, Police 119 emergency number, Crime Stop at 311, or the nearest police station. Police seize a firearm in Central Village, 3 men in custody. The St. Catharines South Police are reporting the seizure of a Glock pistol, 2 magazines, and 39mm rounds. The discovery was made during a targeted operation in the Central Village area on Tuesday. According to reports, 3 men were approached by lawmen in the area. They were searched and a bag containing a firearm and ammunition was found in the possession of one of the men. All 3 men were taken into custody where they will be questioned. This is the second firearm seized in the Central Village area over the past 5 days. The latest seizure follows on the February 22 discovery of an M1 Garand rifle and a magazine. Reports are that police conducted targeted operations in the Windsor Heights area when the search of a premises yielded the find. It is unclear if anyone was arrested in connection with that find. 18-year-old chef drowns in Plum Valley, Portland. A teenager is suspected to have drowned at a river in Plum Valley, Buff Bay, Portland on the weekend. He has been identified as 18-year-old Romario Grant, a chef of Lorna Avenue, Kingston 19. Reports are that Grant was among a group of people swimming in the river in Plum Valley District about 1:30 p.m. Saturday when he got into difficulties and drowned. Several people reportedly attempted to rescue him, but their attempts were futile. In a video of the incident circulating on social media, men can be seen retrieving Grant's body from the water as some onlookers wail in disbelief. "A long time them coulda go in there go save him, lamented one woman. "Jesus Christ, man, and look how close they saw him did there," another added. The police were later alerted and the body was removed to the morgue. A post-mortem is to be conducted. The Portland police are carrying out an investigation into the incident. St. Anne Man police forced to apologize to PM sues government. St. Anne resident Shaquille Higgins, whose video-recorded police-directed apology to Prime Minister Andrew Holness went viral last year, has sued the government. Higgins was arrested in July after he allegedly disrespected the Prime Minister and expressed disregard for the COVID-19 containment measures. But the police said cops visited his home because he was the subject of a larceny matter. They said he was taken to the police station and was later released after a question and answer session. An internal police probe was also launched into the conduct of the cops. Meanwhile, Higgins is seeking damages for false imprisonment and assault. He is also seeking damages for aggravated and exemplary damages. The St. Anne hotel worker is also claiming damages for breach of the Constitution, damages under the Cybercrime Act, and any other relief as the court deems fit. Attorneys at law Bert Samuels and Charles Ganga Singh are representing Higgins in the suit, which was filed in the Supreme Court last week. Higgins, who works as a busboy at the Moon Palace Hotel in St. Anne, has named the Attorney General as the defendant. He contends that on July 26 last year, he was detained and falsely imprisoned for 24 hours without reasonable cause. Teenage killer pleads guilty to 7-count charge. A teenage killer has described for police investigators how he fired a bullet into the body of a former associate in a brazen daylight double murder, then blamed his action on pressure from other members of their gang. 18-year-old Michael Black also detailed how he was enlisted by the same members of the Bloods gang based in Clarendon to carry out a $1.7 million robbery at the Lasco MoneyGram outlet in the town of Chapelton. He is believed to be a member of the gang. Black pleaded guilty in the Home Circuit Court last Thursday to a 7-count indictment that includes 2 counts of murder, 2 counts of illegal possession of firearm, and 3 counts of robbery with aggravation. He is scheduled to be sentenced on May 4. Akeem Murray, also called Kemo, and Kamar Ramatar, also called Kaftan, were traveling on a motorcycle when they were shot repeatedly about 3:30 p.m. near the intersection of Racecourse and Hazelfield Roads in Clarendon on November 18, 2020. Bare headshot, one eyewitness told investigators, describing the men's injuries. Murray and Ramatar were also members of the Bloods gang. Following his arrest, Black told investigators he was at home on the day of the double murder when a man he identified as Killer came to see him, according to a caution statement he dictated to detectives. He said Killer told him they were going on the road and he followed him to a white Toyota Axio motor car. 2 other men identified as Zaggy and Tashon were already in the car before they picked up a 4th man identified as Jay in the community of Racecourse, the teen disclosed. Shortly after, he said Jay said, "See them there?" Killer jumped out of the car and shoot them off the bike, Black said, referring to the double killing. The 18-year-old said after Killer returned to the vehicle, he took a Smith & Wesson pistol from the drawstring bag he was carrying and went to the spot where Murray and Ramatar lay wounded. He said he fired 2 shots but none never catch them. And then me shoot the left one in his shoulder. And the 2 of them did already dead, he said during an interview with detectives. One of the detectives asked why he shot the men. "Father, me don't even really understand how to explain it to you. But as I can say, it's force," he responded, according to the statement. Killer come to the yard and say, "Come make we go on the road." And when me go on the road, I saw me get the gun in my hands. Black disclosed that on the day of the robbery, he, Killer, and a man identified as a sufferer were traveling to Chapelton when they told him what was about to happen. He said the Killer and the sufferer announced the robbery but acknowledged that he searched 3 persons inside the remittance outlet and took away their phones. The teen admitted too that he went over the counter and saw a lot of cash, more than $200,000. The robbers made off with $1.7 million in cash, employees told the investigators. Farmer's murder leaves Brandon Hill in mourning. The murder of a farmer in Baker's Ridge in Brandon Hill, St. Andrew on Sunday night has dealt a blow to the rural district, dampening the spirits of community youth who had been inspired by him to chart a path in agriculture. Relatives and friends are mourning the death of 31-year-old Lesburn Freddie Webster, who was the family breadwinner. Bloodstains were telling signs of how desperately the wounded man ran from his attacker to reach the family home, where he collapsed. His cousin, George Joseph, told the news that Webster ran about a quarter of a mile from where he was shot. "It frightened me. From last night till now me eye can't shut. Me not even eat. More time him leave the road, I so him come sleep," Joseph said. Webster rears goats and pigs and cultivates crops such as banana planting and coffee. Explosions and the barking of dogs around 10:45 p.m. had alerted the residents, who summoned the police. Novell Webster said that his brother was a model sibling who was the hands and the feet of their sickly mother. According to Novell, Les Burns' influence on progressive youth in Brandon Hill was immeasurable. He brings other youths in farming so they don't rob and turn gunman. Him show them how to make money, how to live. It's like them get bad man and jealous. Him die by the gun, but him never live by the gun. Him work hard, Novell said in an interview. Friends who had reported seeing Webster moments before he had been killed are still in shock. They recall sentimentally how Webster contributed to community spirit, often supplying dances and parties in the area with meat in abundance. Him will have 25 men with him a work on the farm, and them can't do the work, and I say them worthless, them just can't manage like him, the residents said of Webster's understanding. Residents said that the lack of streetlights in Baker's Ridge may have provided cover for the attack on Webster, who was walking home in the dark. The killer reportedly escaped on foot. The residents and the family went to his farm yesterday and fed the animals and took some of them closer to the community for safekeeping. They fear that in Webster's absence, thieves may prey on the farm. One of the farmers who was influenced by Webster said he was like a godfather to Baker's Ridge, starting virtually from nothing. "Me feel like a dream. He is so important, progressive, and teach all of us," a dejected young farmer said. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.